It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. We'll see the dynamic Justin Fields as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Bears and the Packers on EA Sports.
The good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This fielded right at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And here comes the winner of the last 2 NFL MVP awards, Aaron Rodgers, as he brings his Packers out for their first series of the game.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here. And I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers for Jones last week, 15 carries, 81 yards.
It's been a strong season for him thus far, sitting currently 7th in the NFL in rushing. He gives their offense really good flexibility because if he's gashing a defense, they can ride him to an early lead. But the defense sells out to stop him, that opens up their passing game.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson, and this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here come the Bears, and at the helm is someone that they have a lot of hopes for leading this franchise. The 11th pick in 2021 out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 14 carries, 88 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Fields. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
But this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Fields. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Read option. Here's Montgomery. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Fields. Touchdown! John Ross with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. Sitting at first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit, or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. That one complete to Joe Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Rodgers going to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And here's Hofrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look look at this and go, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Now, they also used to walk up to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him.
Now a first down throw, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
But it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Fields going to hold on to it.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
The Bears at 4-8 now on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there into the hands of Ross. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
On third down, they go Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
These 2 teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Forced, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Rodgers finding Watson for the Packer first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this one complete to Reed.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Rodgers now to throw. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and 1. Kept the ball in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Parkey is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Montgomery. Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And it's a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Week 13 here in the NFL, first weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now, and we got a couple of good ones in primetime. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a second straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll get it down here to the 43. On first down, Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Rodgers now on first down. That's complete, and once again, it's Cobb. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a first and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
Aaron Jones with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Parkey with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He finds Watson. It's caught. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
And inside give to Jones. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Jones again. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away.
Velus Jones now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well.
Fields hit and the ball is loose.
And the Packers pick it up. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Up the middle, Jones. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they can let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he'll just get rid of it.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
The kick by Parkey is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
On the return is Jones from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Looking for Ross again. He finds him again.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now Montgomery running right. Down to the 25. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Preston Smith in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal.
From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And that is no good. And the deficit will hold pat at 13. So it's a 2nd missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the 4th down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reed. Here's Rodgers to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and the lead will hold at 13.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
The Bears offense ready to get going again.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Open man is Ross, complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
That was a fun into the watch right there. He was in breaking around it. Playing room in the middle of the field. He was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give running left with Montgomery. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 34 coming up. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Fields. Open man is Denzel Mims.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery. And he loses the football a second time. And the Packers pick it up. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
Second time in this first half now, Charles, that he's coughed up the football.
And both times I think they were in spots where he's got to think about covering up the ball. He's got to revert to his fundamentals in those practice drills where they carry it through traffic. He's not out in the open field where he can swing it a little bit, cover it up, and take care of it.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Rodgers. Caught by Cobb.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Rodgers again now. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields.
He's got this one completed to Mims.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Fields throw complete here to Kmet.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Fields on first down.
He's going to have the hook up to Ross.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. On first down, it's Fields. Over the middle, caught by Mims. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this a 39-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. 2 touchdowns in that ball game for DeAndre Swift. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home in U.S. Bank Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Dalvin Cook has scored a touchdown there. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mitchell Trubisky has thrown a touchdown pass there. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that should set them up well for the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. Well, they found him 8 times in that first half, and this is his first catch of quarter number 3.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
Off play action, Fields.
Sliding out of the pocket. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Got a man. It's Mims. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go option to the short side. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. 2nd and 1. Fields toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Read option. Here's Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek. And we'll take a break. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Here's Fields. Buying time to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Montgomery. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Montgomery. Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
And you know it pains them to be this close. And you know they're going to want to go for it here. But they absolutely have to kick the field goal and get this back to a 1-score game. It's only logical.
No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Well, if you do read man covers, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A gain of 4 yards.
Now Fields. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Out of the gun, Fields.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Draw play, Fields gives to Montgomery.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Now a draw play. This is Jones. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers.
He'll complete this one to Watson.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Aaron Jones in the ball carrier. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers.
This one complete to Tunyon underneath.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Got a man. It's Tunyon. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that fourth down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
So after the fourth down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25.
Now Rodgers. Throw left side is complete to Reed. Final minute now of the third quarter. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
56 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding, offense.
And they get the guard, John Runyon.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Saints back at the 31. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Parkey is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Onto the field now come the Bears.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd and 7,
Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Fields on target to Mooney. 1st down, Chicago.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle, that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
On first down, Fields. Eluded, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dean Lowry. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack.
Fields locates Mooney on the out route.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Third and long. It's Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones.
Dances by him. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
70 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw.
Open man, Amari Rodgers, complete.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Running right, Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1.
Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon.
It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Now on 2nd and 16, Rodgers. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers.
He finds Watson, complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Rodgers.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Open man, here is Cobb. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 17-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Rodgers. His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Packers are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarter.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Parkey with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Bears now ready to take over again. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Fields now to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
4 yards on the pickup.
From the 41,
Fields. This pass on target, Velus Jones with it.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line.
A shotgun snap, Fields. He's got this one completed to Mims. And he'll be brought down at the 27. To the air again, Fields.
Caught here by Griffin. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Fields able to connect with Mims.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line.
11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of the...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
On 3rd down they go Montgomery. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Fourth down. Fields has to have this one.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 2nd down and 5.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. On 2nd down, it's Jones. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They'll try the right side with Jones.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Packers, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll be
shot and I took it, I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go, I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot, you only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot, you only get one shot.
Heart of a lion, my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, move it. We making movies, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder. I am unbothered. I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference.